Hey friends, how's everybody doing? Hope you're having a good Monday morning. I just wanted to hop on here for a little bit before I've got like a handful of songs to mix today and videos to edit that go with them for my job, but and then studying for last round of finals starts tomorrow before graduation, so that's cool. But today we're talking about brand. So if you don't get anything more out of this, just know your brand is your boundary. Okay, branding is like the first thing that I tackle with all my clients because it is the basis for everything else we do. And I think so many of us think about, when we think about ourselves as artists, when we think about ourselves as businesses, we think about brand as like, so from the artist perspective, we'll often just think about brand as like, well, that's my genre, and that's like what I look like, or maybe a logo. It's like all of that is part of your brand, but there's just so much more. Same for businesses. Businesses will think, okay, my brand is my name or a slogan or a logo, a product or service that we do, and that's it. And for me, brand is so much more than that. So a brand helps you filter opportunities, right? So when opportunities come down the pipe, you're able to know, well, does this actually fit with what we do or not? Do we want to change what we say we do to take this opportunity? It's kind of like core values, right? They help you filter out your options as they come down the pipe, because you can't and you shouldn't take every single opportunity. So branding helps you say no to the right stuff so that you have bandwidth to say yes to the right stuff later. So anyway, how do you define your brand better? How do you get clarity on that? Because clarity on that, again, it clarifies everything for the future. So just a few quick tips, and I dropped them in the description if you got to run, but I would say start with you. So you are the brand. If you're an artist, you are your brand. It is not your genre. It's not the songs that you write. It is you. We want to attach fans to you, not your genre, okay? And more on that later. So everything, your values, your aspirations, your dreams, we want to know those things. That's why, like, when my new clients hop on board, we spend like a week together I'm just pretty much interviewing my clients. Because so much of the time, in order for me to help them, I need to know. But so much of the time, the artists haven't done this either. And I hadn't either until my coach did the same. Okay, so start with you. Second thing, your brand has to be specific enough for you to help like clarify your decision making down the line. So as opportunities come, your brand needs to be specific enough to tell you what to say no to so that you can say yes later. It's all about that opportunity cost. You can't say yes to every single thing. If you say yes to something, you're eventually saying no to something else, right? So it needs to be specific enough so that you can say no to the right things to say yes to the better and best things coming down the line, okay? Third, it needs to be broad enough to follow you the rest of your career. So many artists think their brand is just their genre. And so if, let's say you're like trying to be a top 40 pop artist, right? And I know that's even pretty broad. Had a client, he was like, I want to be Ed Sheeran. I'm like, cool, we can do that. Even within that genre, there's a lot. So, okay, cool, I want to be acoustic guitar Ed Sheeran. All right, cool, I get that. Later on, when you start playing electric guitar, are we going to have to change your brand? I think about, I was talking with another artist. Bob Dylan experienced this, right? He kind of built this brand on, I'm the dude with the acoustic guitar that speaks my mind in songs, and was really great at it, right? And then sometime in the 70s, 80s, I'm not sure when, he shows up, pulls out an electric guitar and puts it on, and is like, played it at a jazz festival or something like that. It's like the moment that Dylan went electric, and everybody hated it. And it's like, well, the brand that he'd established for himself wasn't large enough to handle when he just put on an electric guitar, which, like, for the rest of us, we're just like, what's the big deal? And for his fans, they were livid, right? Okay, so it needs to start with you. It needs to be specific enough for you to actually be able to decide between opportunities, but it also needs to be broad enough that you can change your style. You can, if you write pop songs, you can write a song that's like, hey, this is kind of like folk Americana. Can I release this? And your answer can still be yes, because you built the brand on you. You built the brand on you, not your product. And then last thing I'll leave you with before I've got to run is build your brand with super fans in mind. When I'm working on this with artists, we don't care about, this is my process. So this is me. I don't care about anything but the super fan. That's it. And so when it comes to brand, super fans, like, think about artists that you're a super fan of. We're probably super fans of like 2 or 3 artists at any given time, because you just can't be super about everything, right? So the artist that I'm a super fan of, the artist that you're a super fan of, most likely I would probably put money on this. If you listed out every single thing that you connected with on that artist and reasons why they are your favorite band right now, I bet 90% of those items, if you had a long enough list, I bet 90% of those things have nothing to do with their music. So when we're developing our brand with superfans in mind, again, only 10% is music. Only 10% is the sound that you make in a studio. It's the sound that gets captured by a microphone. It's the sound that's on Spotify, on Apple. It's 10%. That's it. So, again, brand is your boundary, right? It helps you filter. It is the, like, boundaries of freedom. And you want it to be specific enough that you know what to say no to and what to say yes to, but it needs to be big enough so that you can change and grow as you age and as you grow as an artist. Like, hopefully we would all be growing, right? So growth equals change every time. So start with yourself. Make it specific, but make it broad enough to handle all of your changes over time. Build it with the super fans in mind, because guess what? They only care about your music, about 10% of that relationship. What else do you have to offer that artists can grab a hold of, or that fans can grab a hold of, so that they can follow your music the rest of your career? Okay, so that's quick tips on branding today. If you've got questions about that, hit me up in the comments, shoot me a message. I graduate Saturday, so if you want to grab a call after then, I'm glad to help you guys. Hit me up again, drop a comment or a message. If you've got other questions you want to see answered on these coffee talks, let me know. Drop a comment, shoot a message, and we'll make sure that gets on the list. So love you guys. Keep hustling. We'll see you next time.